Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Halls of History podcast. I am Zachary Martin and my co-host,
Colton Sorensen.
And today we'll be going over something I love, Norse mythology.
It's very fun. It's a very cool, what do you call it? It's a cool...
It's mythology. There's there's so much to it. It's hard to cover this all in one video. So I suggest to you, if you like this kind of content, go out and find your own. There's plenty of other YouTube channels out there.
Yes.
That do the same thing as us, and yeah.
Yeah, we're just trying to cut it down, get to the basics of Norse mythology.
Yeah, so where else to start besides the gods? So in Norse mythology, there's tons of gods. Not as many as like Greek or Hindu, but there's still a lot. So let's start off with some of the major gods that pretty much everyone's heard of. So those consist of Odin, the god of war and wisdom, the king of the gods. Thor, unlike most how he's depicted in modern media, he wasn't the hero, per se. He was a drunk murderer who commit genocide of the giants. And it gets really confusing. I'm not going to go into it because Thor himself is a half-giant, but he's the god of thunder, slaves, and farming. Tyr, the god of bravery and justice. Balder, god of purity, very important.
Yes.
Loki, the trickster god, and some of the minor gods. Heimdall, the watchman god. Frigg, the goddess of love and marriage. Forseti, the god of peace and balance. Bragi, the god of poetry. Freya, the god of love, beauty, fertility, and magic. Freyr, god of fertility, rain, and sunshine and peace. Vidar, god of vengeance. Yor, god of winter. Hel, god of death and the underworld. Let's see, who else? Oh, Hoder, the god of night and darkness. Njord, god of the sea and the wind. Vali, the god of vengeance. Yeah, there's two gods of vengeance for some reason.
It's very confusing.
Yeah, Air, goddess of medical skill. Sif, god of grain and fertility. Idun, god of spring and rejuvenation. In Norse mythology, there's tons of groups, monsters, all sorts of stuff throughout the 9 realms. So let's go into some of the different species that inhabit these 9 realms.
Yep.
So we have the Jotuns. They come in there's a lot of different groups of Jotuns. There's so many. Like some of them are animals, some like Fenrir, Jormungandr, those big ones. Some of them are like the fire giants of Muspelheim, the mountain giants of Jotunheim, frost giants of Niflheim, all of these. So many giants, I'm not going to cover them all, but that's about the baseline, the fire, the mountain, the frost. The dwarves are legendary blacksmiths, and they live in Nidavellir.
Nidavellir?
Yep, Wait. Dwarves, unlike most other species, are depicted pretty much the same as they are depicted in mythology. Blacksmiths, miners, just like pretty much what you see in modern media.
Yeah, they keep it pretty simple for the dwarves, but then when it becomes to gods and other types of stuff, they kind of just like scatter them everywhere.
Yeah. Like Thor, he's redhead. He's a fat redhead.
Yeah.
And that fits his personality, honestly.
But then in Marvel,
in like the Marvel
he's a
Cinematic
buff guy.
Universe. He's strong. He's ripped. Like honestly, the Thor from Endgame is more accurate.
Yeah.
So then we have the elves. There's the light elves and the dark elves. They hate each other. So
seems about right.
Yeah. If you want us to go into that whole war and history, then leave us a comment.
Yeah.
And like and subscribe. Nornir, all-powerful beings who weave the fate of all beings, including the gods and themselves. The Valkyrie, legendary warriors responsible for transporting honorable warriors and souls to Valhalla. There, the Valkyries supply the warriors with mead. Now let's go into some beasts and monsters that are pretty important.
Yep.
So we got Golden Bursti, the god's boar. Each day he was butchered and cooked to feed the warriors of Valhalla. And every day he was reborn. He feeds on the leaves and grass of Yggdrasil, the world tree. Skuld and Hati are huge wolves.
Huge, like massive.
They're not the most massive, but they're pretty big.
Yeah.
They chase around the sun and the moon, and they eventually catch them at the end of the world, also known as Ragnarok. Hunin and Munin are Odin's ravens. He uses them to keep a watchful eye over the realms and make sure nobody's up to anything plotting against them.
Yep.
Jormungandr, the World Serpent, we'll get into them a little bit more later on.
And he's kind of more well known than the other ones, you know.
Ever since like God of War came out, he's definitely been very popular. Nidhogg, basically Jormungandr, but smaller and less known. He is trapped underneath Yggdrasil and hopes one day it will fall so he can be free because he is stunk under the roots of Yggdrasil. And then there's Sleipnir. The story of Sleipnir is very complex. I'm not going to go into it either.
No.
You can go into this, like, all the stuff we're not mentioning, you can go into on your own. I actually highly suggest you to do that because there's so much.
Yeah, and it's a pretty fun series, too. Because it's very interesting, and it's actually kind of fun to research about all that stuff and actually know it.
There's so many myths and legends. It's just so fun to cover. And then, it's Odin's horse, who has 8 legs.
8.
Yep.
It's a lot for a horse.
So let's go into the realms. So we got Asgard, the realm of the Aesir gods, and home to the Hall of the Slain, aka Valhalla.
Yay!
Midgard, Earth, home of Jormungandr. Vanaheim, the realm of the Vanir gods. Jotunheim, realm of the Frost giants. Alfheim, the realm of the elves. Then we got Nidavellir, the home of the Dwarves. Niflheim, the realms of wind and darkness, the frigid cold. Muspelheim, the realm of fire and lava. And Helheim, realm of the dishonored dead.
That's basically where the bad boys go.
Yeah.